Cyclops and Devil Dinosaur are both more healthy for the game than the likes of Black Panther and Daredevil. I said it, and I'm not taking it back. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm in the mood to piss a lot of people off with this video. Yeah, I'm coming in hot with this video. If you disagree with the statement I made in my intro, that's fine. You can voice that opinion in a comment. But if I'm being honest with you though, I don't really care if you disagree with that statement, because I've already come to my conclusion on this discourse. This video is not going to be a discussion video. It's going to be more like a rant video. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I think Cyclops and Devil Dinosaur are much more healthier for the game. And I'll stand on that. The reason why I believe these two are much healthier for the game is because these two characters are much easier to balance around. There's a realm of reality in which I can see these two characters just being okay characters, opposed to being either really good or really bad, like Daredevil and Black Panther. Cyclops is your standard OP poke character in Marvel Rivals. He's really strong in neutral, but his ult is kind of lacking. It's actually really bad if you don't combo it properly. Don't let people tell you his ult is good. If anyone tells you his ult is good by itself, they're just shit at the game. It's so obvious how you deal with a character like Cyclops. Just nerf his damage. He does a lot of damage, especially with his E. Just nerf his damage and he'll go from being best in slot to just another regular poke character like Punisher or Hello. And Devil Dinosaur is pretty easy to balance as well. The developers already figured it out. People will say, oh, Devil Dinosaur is bad. He's not bad. He's actually really good. Again, if someone tells you Devil Dinosaur is bad right now, they're just shit at the game. He has less bleed damage. He doesn't deflight flyers anymore, and he has to think more when he's using his bubble. So now that his bubble isn't as prevalent as it used to be, he can get poked out much more easier. And on top of that, he no longer deflights characters like Iron Man, Torch, or Storm. So two of his direct counters have just become much stronger against him. Now let's move on to Black Panther and Daredevil. Do I believe these characters have high burst damage? Yes, I do believe that. Because, like I said in my Die versus Poke video, these characters have no neutral. So when they do get towards you, they have to have a way of killing you. That's fine. The problem is how they go about doing so. There is no world in which you can convince me that a character having permanent wall hacks in a multiplayer hero shooter is okay. Maybe in a single player game, but not in a multiplayer game. That in itself already disqualifies Daredevil from being a healthy character in this game. And like I said, you're not convincing me otherwise. So what do you do about Daredevil? Do you nerf his wall hacks to the point that they're useless? Why would you do that? The reason he has wall hacks is to reflect the fact that you're playing as Matt Murdock. The main can't see, so he needs wall hacks. That's what makes Daredevil unique. Why would you take that uniqueness away from him? So what else do? You keep nerfing his damage and survivability? Why would you do that? You're going to make the character unplayable, because again, he needs to be in your face. He needs a way of surviving. He needs a way of finishing you off. So what do you do with the character? You have to leave him in a state in which he's always really strong. Maybe not the best, but he's always really strong, and that is problematic with the character's design. Same thing with Black Panther. I don't care how skillful you have to be with these characters to get value on them. If they can't fluctuate throughout the game's balance without only being the best and the worst, something is wrong with the characters. They are both unhealthy for the game and both not easy to balance around. Let me give you another example that's not a melee character. Hawkeye. You guys remember this character? This character's been in the dumpster for several seasons. Nobody wants to be one-shot. Yeah, that's right. Don't think I'm just coming for the dive and melee characters in this game. Everyone's about to get it. Because you know what's worse than getting killed by a dive character in half a second? Getting one-shot by a poke character halfway across the map. That's so fun, right? Hawkeye is the prime example of a character that should never be good in any kind of game. One-shots just have no place in hero shooters, and I don't understand the obsession with having them in the game. This character is the absolute epitome of unhealthy for the game and not easy to balance around. He always deserves to be shit, and that should never change. Unless he gets reworked or power gets reallocated somewhere else into his kit, we can't have characters one-shot people and also be good characters. Let's take a look at a character I think that has a very unhealthy kit, but we can balance him to the point where it's not overwhelming. Winter Soldier. We all know how hard it is dealing with Winter Soldier, especially on tank. Although his kit is unhealthy, It's not unhealthy to the point where it's either he's really good or really bad. He has fluctuated throughout the game's tier list, and I think that's a sign of a character being designed properly. If they can fluctuate throughout the game's power without always routinely being at the top or the bottom. This season has proven the same with Blade. Now, I know that might sound a little crazy considering that Blade is being routinely shit for a very long time. That's been the fault of horrible balance changes. We've all known the problem with Blade for a while. It wasn't his sustain, it wasn't his lifestyle, it was the fact he did no damage. Right now, Blade is a really good character in Marvel Rivals Season 8.5. If you don't believe that, go argue with a wall. But we've seen that we can clearly balance this character even though he has a problematic kit. And this is the same line of logic I applied to Devil Dinosaur before I made this video. Devil Dinosaur does have an extremely unhealthy kit. The way how he plays is not good for the game, but we've already seen it that we can balance it to the point where it's more digestible. And that's the point I'm trying to make in this video. I don't care if a character has a problematic kit that is unhealthy for the game. As long as they're able to be balanced to the point where they can exist within multiple metas in this game, I'm fine with them having problematic kits. I'm tired of having characters in this game who are literally unplayable because if you buff them, they become the worst thing ever since the Antichrist. This is a core design issue with the characters. Majority of this stems from melee characters not being designed well, but Captain America, Hulk, Mr. Fantastic, Magic, and Venom are all well-designed melee characters. They are very fair to compete against. The whole reason why I even made this video is because I kept seeing people say, oh, Cyclops, please save us in season 8.5. And now that we have him, everybody just hates the character. Even though I genuinely believe this character is one of the more normal characters we've had on release in a while. He is broken. He is oppressive. He is strong, but he's very easy to balance. And I think that's what makes him healthy. You can balance this character without absolutely killing him. And I know that kind of sounds a little sad, but hey man, that's just where we're at with Marvel Rivals right now. His wife, on the other hand, this may very well be the Antichrist. I hope we seriously address this character next season, because I am tired of seeing her be the best DPS in the game. So let's wrap this up. I'm tired of seeing Black Panther at the bottom of this game's tier list. Hopefully in the near future, he gets a rework to the point where he can fluctuate more healthily throughout the game's tier list. Because there's no reason why the immediate argument for him being good is he's really unhealthy for the game and that would be terrible. He should never be past C tier. That's not fair to the character, and that's not fair to a lot of other characters in the game. But we must acknowledge that. Yes, Black Panther is extremely unhealthy for this game, and plenty of other characters are just like that. But we've already seen other problematic characters can be brought down without being terrible. So if you made it this far into the video, you know the drill. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, and peace out.